Hey there, friendos. Fredo Supreme, the American Dream, back again, and this time we are going to be playing some Saints Row 2. Now, it's been one of my favorite games for a while. Kind of just purchased it on a whim on the PSN store, like about 3 years ago. And, surprise, it was actually pretty good. I mean, I'd been playing a lot of GTA Online at that point, and it was alright, but I just wanted something that was, well, I was just seeing how good this was of a, quote, GTA clone. And surprise, surprise, it's actually one of my big favorites. Also, the reason I got the digital version is because the physical copies, on average, I've noticed that they've tended to have retailed for like $10 a pop. Meanwhile, getting the digital version with all the DLC, also $10. Well, technically it was just something $10 for a great game and some alright DLC. I'd say that's a pretty good deal. So without further ado, figure we should get this thing started. Of course. I'll turn the subtitles on after the first cutscene. By the way, I apologize for playing the second game first and not starting with the first one. I've noticed I've tended to do that a lot with the games that were either old or at least their first installment was Xbox 360 exclusive, you know? And,
You'll never guess who's awake.
You're shitting me.
Come see for yourself.
How long has it been?
Years. I stopped keeping track a while ago.
Can't believe it's been that long.
Time flies when you're watching someone breathe through a tube.
How's the family?
My wife's cheating on me with an altar exec, and my daughter sits in her room listening to Aisha albums all day.
Oh, for a dead woman, she sure releases a lot of records.
No shit.
God, that was a hell of a year. Alderman Hughes, Mayor Winslow, Aisha, Chief Monroe.
All murdered by that asshole who's been sitting in intensive care on taxpayers' money.
Billy said he wouldn't pull the plug.
Lord knows why.
Anyone call the chief?
Couldn't get through. The press has been mobbing him with phone calls.
Oh, about the...
Yep.
I forgot that was today.
You should pay more attention.
Fuck off. How's the patient?
Seeing as they're still breathing after being caught in a massive explosion, I'd say pretty good.
Coming through!
What happened?
Shanking.
Put him over there. Sorry about that.
Have they said anything yet?
Not yet, but I'm about to take the bandages off.
And one of the reasons that I like this game so much over GTA Online is because not only can you fully customize your character, but you can also, they also kind of have a bit of a personality as opposed to your GTA Online protagonist, who only speaks whenever you're speaking into the microphone, technically. At this moment I'm going to cut out because do you honestly want to watch 5 minutes of me moving sliders around for a negligible effect on the facial structures and whatnot? And done with the facial settings. I know. If you hang on a second, just setting the what was this? Yeah, I know it's not exactly that much of a difference from the defaults, but honestly, the first time I made this character, I was just was my first playthrough of this game. I kind of just hit the randomizer button a bunch of times until it gave me something that looked cool. Got everything on point. Got the
Yes, sir.
got the right compliments and taunts that I want. Now I know it only says there's one combat style at the moment, but once we make a little progress through the game, we'll be able to unlock some new styles. And by the way, something interesting about this game. Just wanted to point this out.
Sometimes I need to kill people. Does that make me a bad person? Nah.
Yeah, something, anyways, the thing I noticed is that the voice actress for female voice number 2 is Gina Bose, and she would later go on to voice Laura in Street Fighter V. It's interesting noticing popular voice actors from recent titles in games that were of years past, you know? Anyways, enough talk. Time to get into the action.
Yes, that looks like it healed nicely.
Be careful, Doctor. Your patient's dangerous.
You got anything you want to say to the judge, you better start thinking of it now.
You're wasting your time. Let's get a hold of Troy.
Hey, is it really you? Do I know you?
My brother was in the Saints and he told me all about you. Listen, we gotta get you out of here.
Well, I'm sure if we ask nicely.
I know a way out.
Yeah? Then why are you still here?
I heard you were in here and I wanted to bust you out. Getting out of here is a two-man job and no one else will give it a try.
You really expect me to trust some guy I don't even know?
Come on, I just got myself shanked so I could get a chance to talk to you. Doesn't that show I'm loyal?
It shows that you're dumb enough to let yourself get stabbed.
I'm trying to help you.
You know what I got the last time I trusted someone? Blown the fuck up.
You need me.
The hell I do, I got the Saints.
Sure you do.
What's that supposed to mean?
How long do you think you've been out?
Hey, I don't know, man. 2-3 weeks?
Look, I know you think you're a badass, but do you even know where you're at? Without me, you'll be wandering around the prison for hours. Even if you manage to hide from the guards that long, and if you actually figure out how to make it outside these walls, you're just gonna find out that you're sitting on a goddamn island. And I'm pretty sure you can't outswim the Coast Guard.
You got a boat stashed here?
No, but I know where we're gonna steal one.
All right, let's get out of here.
And thus begins the Ballad of Cassie Phillips. That's what the name I kind of made up for her is. I mean, for those of you who haven't played Saints Row, your player character is never referred to by an actual name. It's just the player in Saints Row 1 and the boss in all the other ones. But, hey, if Call Me Kevin can have Jim Pickens, why can't I have my own made-up lunatic? Alrighty then. First up, we gotta sneak up on this doctor. No witnesses.
My office will get cooler. Let me
Ooh, George St. Pierre on him.
Didn't think I had the balls.
We can either try to sneak out through the roof or charge out the front. Your call.
Alright, that takedown animation right there when you get 3 hits off, that was actually pretty awesome. Didn't expect to get that one. So, we can choose to do a tutorial, or we can just skip the tutorial and just run out with no sense of subtlety whatsoever. Doesn't make a difference, really, but let's just say she always liked sneaking around when she was a youth. So let's play the tutorial and sneak out.
Can't believe I'm breaking out of jail with you.
I think we might pull this
By the
off.
way, I kind of forgot what sneaking is right now. Ooh, pimp slap. Time to pragmatize, baby.
Follow me. I know the way out.
Alright. Nicely done, Carlos. Oh, and I even picked up a donut from that one guard.
Okay, we gotta climb these pipes up to the roof.
Alright, hardcore parkour.
So, do you remember my brother?
He was the one in purple, right?
Alright, I forgot to turn the subtitles back on. I am back. I just had to reactivate the subtitles and shut the music down a little bit. Alright. Do a little air vent escape, just like Die Hard. Pretend this is Alpha Protocol. Crouch. And... Oh, crud! I forgot, you can't grab the guard right here. Alright then. Did I, yep, I got the NR4. Got myself a nice little Glock there. Doesn't matter if you get spotted by the searchlights, Oh, crud. I did not mean to, my instinct took in and I just really wanted to do a stealth kill on someone.
I ain't close to finish.
Totally, okay, there we go. Oh. Alright. Time to John Woo it. Seems like a pretty, low-key breakout right now. No one even knows we're missing.
Pull this off.
We're not out of here yet.
Oh. I have got to stop expressing pleasure at pulling things off like this prematurely. Wonder if I can complete the rest of this level without using any guns on any on any enemies on foot. Okay, this may have been a mistake. Ah, crud. Yeah, that was definitely a mistake. Okay, maybe I should have just run it. Whatever.
No way down, we can get to the docks and take a boat off this fucking island.
This seemed to be a pretty good escape route. I'm already outside the front door? Hey, convenient escape jeep is convenient. And it kind of helps that the Swindle is one of my preferred vehicles in this game. I mean, it's not exactly as versatile as, say, a Thorogood pickup truck, which is one of my actual favorites. But hey, it's a fun little thing to drive.
Carlos is leading the breakout.
Ooh! Oh, right. You have to get out of the Jeep before you go into the waypoint. That one's on me, okay? Hey, Carlos? You, Yo, Slick, you want to get up here?
I'm driving.
Oh.
Man the gun!
Okay then.
Get us out of here.
Sorry about that. Just a little bit of a glitch may have happened right there. Okay, there's the back of the boat. By the way, something interesting about this sequence is that you don't actually have to fire a single shot, even on hardcore difficulty.
Almost home free, baby!
It's something in this game that makes me feel like at least this part may have been a late addition, as are several bits of this game, although you'll mainly notice those at the end of it in the final arc. I notice a lot of games tend to do that. Like, they're really good in the, like, 9/10 of the game through, then the final chapter, everything goes to hell in a handbasket. And not always for the better.
Don't let him catch us!
And before you say anything, yes, things can go to hell in a handbasket in a good way, when everything goes totally wonky, but you're okay with it because, hey, the entire game is basically just one big action set piece waiting to happen. Well, it's comprised of action set pieces waiting to happen, actually. But, yeah, this game definitely falls under the header of, the end segment was possibly an afterthought. And cutscene again.
That's the road?
It is now.
Jesus, when did this happen?
When Ulter got involved.
The clothing company.
After Hughes was killed in that bombing of yours, Ulter picked up the pieces. Now they're everywhere. On TV, on billboards, in stores. Hell, if you ever forget who Ulter is, just look towards Saints Row and you'll see that fucking eyesore. Here we are.
Where can I find the other saints?
What other saints?
What you talking about?
Without anyone to lead them, the Saints fell apart. Once the Brotherhood, Ronin, and Samdi showed up, the few that were left dropped their flags before they got killed.
Well, that's fucking great.
Look, I know you didn't ask for it, but my advice is to just keep your head down. The cops are looking for you and a lot's changed. I say you just go buy a beer and soak up as much information as you can.
Thanks, Carlos.
Anytime.
Alrighty then. Looks like Cassie Phillips here got herself a bit of an early parole. Not too shabs, actually. I mean, $500, not exactly a whole lot to start off with in this brand new post-prison world. Oh, by the way, those messages pop up every time you start a new game with the DLC installed. Get a bunch of new clothes and new cars with it. Probably the best parts of the DLC, as the missions are kind of meh. I wish there was a better way to explain the quality of the DLC missions without making a vague noise. Anyways, let's get to the first actual mission of the game, and one that doesn't require any respect to start. That little purple speck at the right underneath the health meter. It's currently how much respect we have. Hang on a second, I'm going to try something. Oh, you can't do hostage taking yet. Yeah. It was, well, the important thing is the bootlegger is also a pretty good car. I'm going to be saying that about a lot of vehicles in this game, so so hope you're ready for a bunch of redundant commentary like that.
I could go for a Euro.
What? That woman bumped into me. Hang on a sec.
No!
Leave me out of this!
Oh.
Don't get on my bad side, kids.
I was trying to throw her into that barrel, but, or at least bounce her off those, guys warming around it. Guess they were a little bit smart.
Look familiar. Yeah.
I do look familiar. Is it because of the big orange jumpsuit? I'm probably just tripping again. Alrighty then. What kind of outfit would Cassie wear? Well, gotta ditch the, I mean, that is a nice white t-shirt, but we have to, get a little bit subtle right now. Something, not exactly, ostentatious, but basically trying to blend into a crowd. Alright then. Looks like a, subtle enough outfit right there. Grimy t-shirt and grimy sweatpants. No one will suspect much of that. Alrighty then. Looks like we got ourselves a pretty decent outfit. I mean, it's low-key, but... yeah, right there. Low-key. Got the backpack with the camo job on it. It's kind of low-key, but hey, it'll do. And away we go! Alright then. Time to, get moving to, TNA for the, do what Carlos said, grab a beer and try to soak up some information. Should be a pretty easy ride, considering the bootlegger is one of the more nimbly handling vehicles in this game. See if we can build a little respect early on, doing a little vehicle stunts, kind of like Scarface, The World Is Yours. Alrighty then. That power slide could have gone better, but whatever. And something else I'd like to point out is that, thematically, this game kind of has a lot in common with Scarface, The World Is Yours. I mean, you get points for doing respect, and points for doing stunts, the respect points, although I'm pretty sure, although in this game, respect doesn't function like balls, you can't go into a blind rage once you max out the meter.
Attempt against then-decorated police officer Troy Bradshaw. In the resulting trial, Gatt was convicted of 1 count of attempted murder and a staggering 387 counts of first-degree murder, promptly sending him to death row.
Hey, Barry, turn this shit off!
Yeah, I was watching that.
I guess you're not anymore, are you, bitch?
Could you turn the TV back on?
In a few short moments, we'll be allowed back in the courtroom and we'll find out, once and for all, if Mr. Gatt will go home a happy man or a dead one. Back to you, Jack.
Oh, shit.
Oh, well, it looks like our friend our friend Johnny is, on trial for, looks like we gotta get to the courthouse to save our homeboy Johnny. Hold on a sec. Oh, bar fight. Okay, that kind of could have went a little bit better. Okay, that toss over the bar could have gone a little bit better. Oh crap, I accidentally taunted too close to a pimp. Okay, note to self, plan out these sorts of spontaneous acts of violence a little bit more than not at all. Okay, their pathfinding doesn't let them go through the door, and hello there, random goon who just ran in. Okay, this is embarrassing. Cassie is not a mark like this. Oh, baseball bat. Now that that little kerfuffle is over, hello, spontaneous pimps. Wonder if that was because I beat up a pimp inside. Alright, no time to chit-chat. We gotta get our behinds down in the courthouse to save Johnny Gatt from death row or something. It's not too far away. I mean, 4 minutes is more than a generous enough time limit to get to the courthouse. It's not that far on the other side of town. I just realized that I just got in on the wrong side of the road. Whatever. At least the bootlegger is really good at, at least the handling on this thing kicks ass. In case you gotta zoom in, in case you gotta weave in and out of traffic and whatnot. It's, not at all bad for, this kind of scenario. Even though it does look rusty as hell right now. It's just cosmetic, the rust is. By the way, folks, ignore the fact that there is a stark naked woman sprinting in with a baseball bat. Your metal detectors stink, by the way. Hold on a second. Judge, the metal detector... No, wait. The guards.
You should stay away from this neighborhood after dark, miss.
Have you seen me? Do I look like the kind of person who would be scared in a neighborhood like this after dark? I got me a baseball bat and... oh, maybe let's not brag about what kind of hardware we got right now.
Please be more careful.
Mr. Gatt, you've been convicted of over 300 murders. Do you really expect this appeal to work?
I figure with the statute of limitations, it really should be closer to 250.
There's no statute of limitations for murder.
Why the fuck not?
Watch yourself, Mr. Gatt.
Or what? You'll hold me in contempt of court? You're already planning on giving me the chair. You think I'd give a shit about you not liking me? Fuck off.
I'm curious if you can keep your cavalier attitude when 2,000 volts are running through your body.
Oh yeah? And I'm curious if you can keep acting like a douchebag when I shove that gavel up your ass.
My client would like that stricken from the record.
What's that?
Drop it.
Anyone hit and need a lawyer?
Well, looks like, oh, sorry.
Okay, Johnny?
Bad timing for a joke. I'll shut up now.
I'm almost getting sent to the chair. I'm fucking great. Hey, you look different. You do something with your hair?
You ready to get out of here?
Something kind of interesting about that cutscene, and by relation, every other cutscene in this game where the boss is firing a handgun, is that it's always a Vice 9, which is pretty much the oh crap, forgot about how when you knock a weapon out of cops' hands that they'll usually pull out pepper spray. That was embarrassing. Good news is I managed to get a free shotgun out of all this. Sorry, Johnny. Anyway, something weird about cutscenes is that bosses frequently using a Vice 9 in them. And that's basically the least effective handgun in the entire game. If anything, it reminds me of the club in GoldenEye, as in it requires, as in it's probably one of the few times I've ever seen any gun require 2 headshots to kill someone. In video games, that is.
Stay calm. We'll get you through this.
Hands up.
Huh. Okay, that first headshot right there was, kind of lucky on my part.
Academy, we need a negotiator.
I don't negotiate, fool.
He was about to retire.
And now so are you. I wonder if I sound like a lunatic whenever I'm responding to, characters in video games like this. Oh, well, there goes my, challenge for trying to, get out the door with the judge. Whoa! I'd give that guy a 10 out of 10 for the effort and the landing. Okay, you know what? Screw this. Let's get the hell out of here. Doesn't matter how many casualties you rack up over here, just as long as you make a smooth getaway. Come on, Johnny. We going home.
Thanks for busting me out.
Whoa, okay, burnouts are a little hard to handle, which would be one of the reasons why I tend not to do them in this game.
I mean, got a little tricky with me on death row and her being on the DL after faking her own death. But, you know.
Pretty shrewd escape right there.
How long were you in jail anyway?
2 years and 31 days.
Not like you were counting.
Yeah, right? You know, it's weird. People inside were betting how long I'd last. See, when I was first busted, guards were always trying to put me in the ground. After Troy became chief of police, it all stopped. Troy must be more forgiving than I am.
Troy's the chief of police?
Yo, you better start getting with the times. Julius is missing. Ben King wrote an autobiography. Dex is a... You know, don't even get me started with Dex. But the real kicker is Troy. In a couple of months, he went from undercover cop to chief of police. And word is, he's become obsessed with finding out what happened on your little boat trip with the alderman.
If I get some free time, I might swing by the station and say hello.
Oh, sorry. Oops, I almost forgot the layout of this place, of this neighborhood. I mean, I was just playing this game to practice it for LP stuff, because I hadn't played it in a while, a few days ago, and I'd just done a couple missions where you drive up over the suburbs district. Well, drive around it. I was just driving over it right now. Anywho, I believe that is a good place to conclude this part. I'm going to be splitting up the videos, trying to do a couple missions, and then do some activities to gain respect in order to start missions. That's one of the things that I dislike about this game, how it requires you to do the side quests in order to make progress in the game. Whereas in Grand Theft Auto, if you want, all you have to do is just the main missions, and the side missions are basically there for filler. And I believe that is where we shall conclude for today. I'm Fredo Supreme, the American Dream. Holla at y'all later.